All right, top 10 tools of the year 2022. These aren't new tools per se. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But these are the tools that I found myself this year reaching for the most. Some caveats, so let's get into it. All right, guys, so going through my list here of what I've got going on. These are the top 10 tools-ish that I pretty much find myself reaching for pretty much on all job sites this year. I kind of went through, you know, my jobs of the year and what was pertinent, what was good, what was bad. So here we go. Now, I'm not going to put in the ones that are the obvious. Obviously, the dump trailer, the tool trailer, the truck, a cell phone. These are all things that I value a lot with my business. And, you know, table saw, like I absolutely love my table saw, wouldn't do without it, but I didn't want to put that in there because I thought some of these things might be obvious. Some of them, these other tools are not as obvious. Some of them you might think they are, which they are, but let's get into it. Top 10 tools of 2022. All right, number 10 on the list, Milwaukee's 2-gallon WetDry Vac. These things are fantastic. I have 2 of them. I love these things. I stand on them if I need to, you know, if I don't have a ladder nearby, I can get up a little higher. They just work. You suck out toilets, take the filter out. You can use them wet or dry. They just work. Yeah, they will snap off the little nozzle in the front. Both of them have done that. They still work. I've gotten one warrantied out. Man, I don't know what else to tell you guys. They're a vacuum. The running joke is they suck, and they absolutely do for what they are. Very economic. These are just the regular brushed. I know there's a newer versions out or whatnot, but these ones are the older ones. I think they're like $100 at Home Depot. Man, just these things are fantastic. I absolutely love them. Number 10 on my list for this year, absolutely a staple in my trailer. Number 9 on the list, Dewalt's 20-volt oscillating tool. Fantastic. This thing is Johnny on the spot. I've had these for years. This is probably going to make my list every year for top 10 tools. You just need it. You can put different blades on it. What makes it fantastic, like anything else, is their patented blade release. You just push this down, spring loaded, and you can pop out the blade. No tools required. Super easy, super quick. You can rotate the blades 90 degrees either way, whichever way you need to get into those hard to reach places. This tool is absolutely indispensable. So much so that I have 3. Boom. That's how much I want this tool. Yeah. Completely honest, I only wanted 2, but I lost one for a little while, so I knew I needed another one, so I bought a 3rd one, and then I found the other one, so now I have 3. That's how it goes with my life. That's just the way things happen in my life. So yeah, I have 3. Fantastic. You got the paddle trigger. You got the paddle, well, the blade release, if you guys can see it real quick. Blade will pop off. Spring loaded. Like I said, fantastic. Get yourself one. Number 8 on the list, Makita's 40-volt brushless cordless track saw. This thing is fantastic. I had the 36-volt version of this. I upgraded all of my 40-volt tools from Makita. This, besides Festool's track saw, is the best track saw on the market in my opinion. I have not tried LaFell's or a couple of the European ones. Those seem to be great as well. But for what I have my hands on here, this is fantastic. I tested out. I did buy earlier in the year Festool's track saw. It was fantastic. It was a little, I would say, a little more user-friendly. But for the money, this one is absolutely a beast of a tool. I love that it's only one battery platform. It's got all the same exact functionality as I was used to with the 36-volt. Fantastic. Depth adjustment super easy. It glides. And again, it has a 40-volt battery platform, so I can use those batteries for a lot more than I can use Festool's battery platform. And this thing is just all runtime is fantastic. I got a 2.5 amp hour battery on it right now, but man, you put a 4 amp hour battery, you get all day cutting. It's fantastic. So number 8 on the list, definitely track saw. Get yourself one. All right, number 7 on the list, Milwaukee's 3453 1/4-inch hex M12 Impact. This thing is actually great. I'm still testing it out compared to my loving Surge M12. This has got some torque with it as well. I wasn't really happy, you know, buying another tool and, you know, thinking it's going to be a lot less as far as torque wise for an M12. But I'm absolutely happy with this. I do have a review on this coming out here in next month. fantastic. It actually, it has the good enough torque. For an M12 tool, I got the tri-lights, which is always a plus. I mean, this thing, it's I've been using it a lot, and I can't hate it. It's made my top 10 list for this year, even though I've only had it for I think about a month now. I've been using it a lot, and there's not much not to like about it. Number 6 on this list is my hole hog. This is the right angle 20, model number 2706, 7/16 hole hog, quick connect. This thing is fantastic. I love it. It's small, very nice. This is one of the tools where you basically sell work because you have this tool. I can rip through, 2x4 walls, running wires, whatever I need to, and I don't need to use a regular hammer drill or anything like that. These things are fantastic. They get in pretty tight spaces. They got a lot of torque. So much so, I love this tool so much. I was building out my basement and I lost it. I don't know what happened, where it went. I absolutely lost this tool. I couldn't find it, and I had a whole basement. I have another job to do as well. So, what do you do when you lose a tool and you can't find it? You go and buy one. So I went and bought the only other tool better than that one is the Super Hog, basically. This one's a little, it's a little bigger. So, when you break a tool, you need to upgrade. You upgrade properly, and that's what I did. Although, obviously, you can see I found that tool. I'm not sure exactly where I found it, but I found it. So now I have 2. I will say, and this thing's not cheap. Neither of them are cheap. Fantastic. More torque for the Super Hog. That's why they made it. That's the whole point. It absolutely has way more torque, but it is a lot heavier. I think almost by twice as much. This thing is beefy, yeah, almost about twice as heavy. Fantastic. Both have the 7/16 quick connect. Fantastic tools. Whichever your choice is, just get yourself one. Multiple brands make their own version of this tool. If you're running any kind of wires, you need to go through any kind of 2x4s or walls or anything like that, just buy it. All right, number 5 on the list is Makita's 10¼ inch 40 volt XGT circular saw. You want to call it a beam cutting saw, whatever you want to. I bought this tool specifically to cut 4x4 and 4x6 posts in one pass, and yes, it does it. So for us here in America, this tool is just great. For me, it just saves that second pass on a job site, because we do some decks during each year, and it saves time. It just saves time, period. And yeah, it's big, it's bulky. Fantastic for Makita to actually make this tool. 10¼ is fantastic. It does have the AWS, so if you do want to put it with a vacuum, it will. It does have onboard tool storage. Everything you come to expect with a Makita tool. They're fantastic. They make great saws. This tool is just awesome. Single battery, 40 volt XGT, 10¼ inch. Get yourself one. Number 4 on the list is my framing nailers. Now, no matter what framing nailer I'd have, it'd probably be on this list because I need them. I run a completely cordless job site. No compressors for running nails or anything like that. So battery powered framing nailer is fantastic. The Milwaukee's great because, for one, it's the same Milwaukee M18 line, so batteries are great. And also you have an extended mag, so you can put a complete 2 sets, 2 full clips in here, and you just can keep running it. I absolutely love this. I have 2 of these because of that reason. They're so valuable to me. If one has a problem, I'll just basically put off to the side and grab another one. So it's that important to me to have 2 of these tools. Yes, they are expensive. They are fantastic. This one has already been sent off for warranty and been repaired. I don't see a reason not to have this in your toolbox. Are you going to frame huge houses with this, day in, day out? Probably not. But I framed my entire basement, multiple jobs. It's just nice not having a compressor, core, nothing. It's awesome. You swap a battery. I've never actually had to overheat this tool. It just works. Get yourself a framing nailer. All right, number 3 on the list is my SDS Drill from Milwaukee. Fuel M18. This thing is fantastic. I absolutely love this tool. It's Johnny on the spot. It's actually one of those tools that if you don't have it, then you need it. Like a hammer drill might do you okay. I should have bought this tool like 7, 8 years ago when it first came out. This thing has saved me so much time. I do work because of this tool, anchoring down walls into concrete floors. Whatever you need an SDS drill for, it's there for you. I use and abuse it. Got this baby so hot just drilling through stuff. Awesome. Absolutely great tool. It blows your mind once you have this compared to a hammer drill, and it'll blow your mind like, why didn't you buy this sooner? Because it's that great. just buy yourself one. Honestly, just save yourself the headache. If you're drilling through hard surfaces, anything like that, masonry, buy yourself one. Number 2 on the list is Milwaukee's M12 cable stapler. Fantastic. This thing was a couple years later to market than Dewalt's, but it shows. They did do some refinements on this. Fantastic tool. I use it every time I'm running any kind of cable. It holds them tight. It doesn't pinch them. It's great. I would like to see a depth adjustment on this thing a little bit, but for what it's worth, it works great. It is an upgrade over to Dewalt's. The one that I have with Dewalt, it was probably not a great upgrade, so you might always want to stick with Dewalt if you have that one. But for me, it's great. I absolutely use it every time I'm running cable. Low voltage, 12.2, 14.2, whatever I need to. It's fantastic for the staples, whatever you can fit in there. UL listed, they're great. So get yourself one. All right, number 1, even though it's not a ranking scale, my miter saws, my Makita 40 volt XGT, make going to work or doing whatever you want to do with miter saws just that much more enjoyable. These things are just badass. It's just straight up. They are top of the line, professional grade tools. I also give the 12 inch, and the reason why there's both here is because I do love the 8.5 inch, fantastic. But if I had to buy just one, you got to go with the 12 inch because yeah, it has the cut capacity of the 8.5 plus you got the cut capacity of a 12 inch. So yeah, 12 inches there. I do use the 8.5 more than the 12 because of the weight. That's way more portable. I'll throw a picture in here with my Makita stand here. It is way more portable. It's very nice. With the dust collection with the vacuum, the AWS, again, the reason why I invested in Makita over, say, Milwaukee, for one, is low footprint. 2, the AWS dust collection, the vacuum starts up without me plugging anything in because they're all cordless. And 2, it's Bluetooth enabled. So get yourself, if you're thinking about upgrading to your miter saw collection, look at Makita because they are fantastic. I did get this one for free, the 8.5. I did get that from a sponsor from Makita. I did buy the 12 inch myself with my own money. So full disclosure, yeah, I would buy that. I would buy that one in a heartbeat. And if that broke for any reason, I couldn't get it warranted, I have to replace it. No problem whatsoever. They are heavy. The 12 inch and the 10 inch are pretty heavy saws for what they are, but they work great. Very, very, very accurate. And they have the shadow line, which I absolutely love. Pistol grip is great with the 8.5, and the forward hand grip is great too. But if I was going to choose one, I think the pistol grip wins it, just for ergonomics. I think I don't hate using either saw. I love using both of them, and I actually look forward to doing projects with them because I know I have the tools in my arsenal to get things taken care of and done. Low footprint, like I said, relatively lightweight with the 8.5. Definitely not lightweight with the 12 inch. I think that thing weighs about 65, 70 pounds. So yeah, it's a little heavy little sucker. So number 1, absolutely, my miter saws, you can't go without them. I book work knowing I have these saws, and I just look forward to it because they just make life enjoyable as a contractor. Honorable mention, Workstation. This thing's fantastic. I think I got this at Lowe's. Sets up and tears down super fast, super easy. It holds a lot of weight. Of course, my Vito Pro Pack's up here. I didn't include that because hand tools go without saying, but a flat workstation that you can portable, you can put into a customer's house or anything. It's obviously in my basement. We are working on doing a little bit of wire management, but I just want to throw this out here. This little workstation is fantastic. Not having to bend over and pick up your tools or hang them on something. Just having something just to organize your work area is fantastic. I would highly recommend it. That is all. Appreciate it, guys. Great 2022. Let's get into 2023 and kick some butt. Thank you.